Okay, so there is something that I really want to talk about, and that's something that kind of burns inside me. And that's Varus. Varus is a champion that existed for a really long time, and to my knowledge, he has not been changed too much. And it's a champion that feels just bad, unhealthy, and bad. He was the first champion I ever made in League of Legends. So, trust me when I say that I still love Varus. I play him a lot, right? I really like sniping people down, but it's just unhealthy for the champion to exist. He's basically right now at this ranged assassin state where he executes you but from the back line, and it's really unhealthy for the game to have that as a champion. I really don't believe that that's what the champion needs to be, and the problem is that if he goes lethality builds, half of his kit is just basically ignored. When he goes on hit, it's the other half of the build that is pretty much ignored. So I've really thought about how to make this better, and these are the changes that I came up with, right? Okay, so these are the changes that Varus needs, right? He needs these. So the passive is basically the W passive, but now moved to his passive. The W, I really don't know. Really, I've thought about a lot of things, but none of them really felt clean. And I really don't know what to do, right? I really don't. So yeah, please, if like, right? These, so the passive now, okay. So it applies blind up to 3 times. That's the same, but now he cannot apply the on hit on a champion that has max 3 stacks, right? Because every time he deals the champion damage, it scales with AD and crit, right? But he cannot deal that to a champion that has already 3 stacks, only up to 3 times. So, which means he needs to detonate these. He cannot build on hit. He needs to detonate them. But if he does, but obviously the stacks deal way more damage. I think the damage should be really increased. Also scales with AD and crit. That's the important part. And detonate deals a massive damage. Also scales with AD and crit. So he wants to detonate these. These are the part. This is something that he really wants to do, and it should be rewarding for him to do so. So this is the big change that I think would make him so much fun. Like, you go up 1, 2, 3 auto attacks, then charge up Q. Oh, massive damage. Release 1, 2, 3 E or something, or opposite actually. 1, 2, 3 E, 1, 2, 3 Q. Or if he wants to do a quicker combo, then he E's first. 1, 2, 3 pulls up Q. You could also change the E to make it like have a bit of an armor reduction instead of grievous wounds. Again, insinuate like a quicker quicker hit, or a longer, more rewarding combo. Again, you can mess around with these. So the Q thought a couple ideas. This is the one right now. Just reduce the damage and reduce the max charge. So he charges for less, but the damage is also changed accordingly. So it's kind of like the same charge. Max charge after the change will be the lower charge, but also the damage of the lower charge plus reduced damage base. So I really I wanted this to be lower damage. So I want the big damage to come from his passive, which is also why I thought the Q might need some other changes. But right now, I like these changes, so I think that's the changes that I want to roll with. Just so you still like need to hit your Q. You can even like, and the passive should like stay for a long time. I think even longer than it does right now. Just to again insinuate so he can back off, maybe get his Q ready and then snipe, or he could do a quicker combo again. You can really mess with his, and to me this sounds like a lot of fun to experiment with. And not experiment, sorry. This sounds like a lot of fun to play with. Which is why I really wanted to make this, because I really believe that this could be real fun changes. The champion right now feels so dumb in the way that he works that I really think this changes could make him a lot of fun. And that's it, pretty much. The ult obviously should not apply all 3 stacks at once. Maybe should, though. Thinking about it, I really don't know. Again, these numbers need to be played with someone who has much more understanding in numbers than me. Yeah, that's the changes.